This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ, 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ, 1430 AM, Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio at its finest, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Good Thursday morning, everybody. As always, I'm still around. I know my political enemies don't like that. See, I don't wish any of my political enemies or my personal enemies any bad health. I would if they didn't have family, but they all have families, and I want to see them go home to their families because I never want to hold the families against the ass-white politicians, because I'm sure Sprague has some decent people in his family. Of course, Sprague wouldn't know, because when somebody in his family dies, he don't go to the funeral. So, but that's okay. That's how disrespectful he is. But let you people know, these politicians take this crap. This is like war to these politicians. We're running against them, the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, and we are on the Republican ticket. But we're uniting Democrats, Republican, men, women, black, white, Democrats and Republicans to vote the person, not the party. And you heard me yesterday. Polling is about 75% of people identify themselves as independent. That means people are really starting to think for themselves. Now, may have Democratic leanings or Republican leanings, because I know a lot of the proud union workers, they have Democratic leanings, but I think they're smart enough not just to vote straight down party lines. And you've heard me before, the only one that benefits from voting straight down the party lines are the party leaders, both Democrat and Republican. And hear me, people, I don't like either side of their organizational politics. A lot of great Democratic people in St. Clair County and all throughout this country. And they believe in the Democratic principle, and that's great. A lot of good Republicans, and they believe in the Republican principle. But you can't tell me every Republican on this ballot is a good candidate. You can't tell me every Democrat on the ballot, state, local, federal, is a good candidate. And I don't know anybody with any intelligence that'll say, I got to vote Democrat or I have to vote Republican. You have to vote your conscience, people. You have to vote for the person, not the party, the person that's going to do something for you, your community, your family. That's who you have to vote for. You have to vote for somebody because he's got a D behind his name, or vote for somebody because he's got an R behind his name. You people aren't stupid. You people are not stupid. You know what? You've been brainwashed, a lot of yous. A lot of yous have been brainwashed. You heard me talk yesterday or the day before that Kernis sent a lot of money down to the boys in East St. Louis. He's got to have the black representation. A lot of blacks have moved to the west into Belleville. Sprague has lost the respect and the support of probably over half the proud blacks in East St. Louis and below the hill. They're smart. They're coming off the political plantation. So what does he have to do? He's got to get some black guys, Curtis McCall, to be the leader. Give him money, political money, of course. And he's instructed Curtis McCall to go register, go get absentees. That's the way they win these elections. And if they don't want it that way, they steal it. In the West End, I want to ask all you good people, why do they always concentrate on the black community? That's totally disrespectful. Every proud black person, you listen to me. Kern and Sprague, they've lost the democratic culture of corruption in St. Clair County, has lost control of East St. Louis with the help of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. They can't control East St. Louis, so now they want to control the west end of Belleville. But I ask you proud black people, and I'm a proud white guy, why? Why did they always concentrate on the black community? That's totally disrespectful. You know what Sprague and Kern are thinking? Hey, we can buy these black son of a bitches off. You know exactly. You know, they figure we can't go to Freeburg, we can't go to Smithton, we can't go in the outer county where there's white people. Because, see, they've got some jobs. We, Sprague, Kern, the Democratic Central Committee, the Democratic Culture of Corruption in St. Clair County, we've kept the blacks below the hill from getting a job. We don't want them to be independent because they find out how rotten we are. And once a proud black man gets the opportunity and takes that opportunity to do something for himself and his family, they're no longer obligated to the St. Clair County Democratic culture of corruption. That's the only way, people, that the St. Clair County Democrats have kept in control the last 40 years. Isn't it ironic? They don't go and try to organize Freeburg, Millstadt, O'Fallon, Lebanon. It's just where the blacks are at, the proud black community. And how disrespectful is that to you proud blacks? That's Sprague and Kern and all of them saying, hey, we can take these blacks and we can control them because, see, we're going to hold them down. We're not going to give them a job. We're not going to give them a fishing pole so they can fish whenever they want, so they can be independent. We are going to give them something. We're going to let them eat. We're going to dole out a fish every day so they know where that food's coming from. They know that they're obligated to us. I, on the other hand, people, and the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, Roger Cook, Carl Officer, all the candidates, we want to give you a fishing pole. We want to give you a fishing pole so you don't have to be dependent on us. But you know what that does? When I give you a fishing pole, you're going to say, hey, that's a crazy son of a bitch. That's a no good son of a bitch. But he's done for us. And then you're going to reach out and do for me so once again I can do for you. I don't want people to be obligated to me. I don't want people to vote for me because they have to. I want people to vote for me because they want to. You heard me with Kern yesterday. 12 years, people. Now absorb this. 12 years he's been the St. Clair County Board Chairman. 12 years he's had to go out in this community. There's 250,000 people, and this county's not all that big. 12 years. He should have been at all the restaurants. I go down to the restaurants in East St. Louis and Centerville. Roger Cook does. Carl does. Mark Kern, for 12 years, people, has had the opportunity to meet everybody in St. Clair County. 12 years, Mark Kern's had the opportunity to reach out and help the good people of St. Clair County. Now, if he would have done that, 12 years is a long time. Do you think he'd have to spend $500,000 on advertisement? He's trying to reach out to you people. He's got his picture out there. TV, radio, print, flyers. Do you think if the man would have done his job that he'd have to reach out? If I was Mark Kern, Bob Romanik was the county board chairman for the last 12 years. I wouldn't need one poster, one billboard. You wouldn't need a billboard with my ugly mug on it. I wouldn't have to reach out to you people. And I say that humbly. I wouldn't have to reach out to you people because you guys would be reaching out to me because you know what a good job I've done. Mark Kern's pandering to everybody. The Democratic Party's pandering to everybody. They don't know where to go. They've lost so much control, people, and I keep saying that this is the perfect storm. We can make a difference. And if nothing else, throw those son of a bitches out. And if we don't do the job we promised to do, throw us out in 4 years. Don't give us time to be entrenched like these bastards. But see, that's the incentive for me. That's the incentive for Roger Cook. That's the incentive for all the candidates of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. We're going to learn from past history. Roger Cook's not going to sit there and in 4 years have to bust his ass. The analogy I make when I was in college, every semester, and I have a master's in criminal justice, just because I'm stupid don't mean I'm not intelligent. But every semester, the last week for my term paper, for my thesis, for my master's, I would always say, this semester I'm going to start early and have it all done by the end of the year. Never did I do that. Now, if I'd have done a little bit at a time, I wouldn't have been stressed at the end of the year. Same way with these politicians. If they do something throughout their 4-year career, their 4-year run, they wouldn't have to worry about it. They wouldn't have to spend a fortune like Kern's spending. But they don't. The last 2 or 3 months, they throw money out there. And you know they throw money out there in the black community. Do you ever notice that? Nobody gets accused of getting votes stolen in Freeburg, in Millstadt, in O'Fallon. It's always below the hill in the black community because that's how disrespectful Kern and Sprague are. They want to put you guys on the hot seat. I've told our people down there, if I hear of vote vying, we're out of there. Because, see, I'm going home to my family at night. And every proud political leader down there that are supporting us, I want them to go home to their family. They're just as important to their family as I am to my family. Kern and Sprague and those guys will say, we don't care what you do. Because they don't respect you good people. They do not respect the proud. They don't respect anybody. And you whites know that. You know what you're getting. They're talking that crap. Everybody's going to lose their job. Everybody's going to lose their job if you vote Roger Cook in. Roger Cook should be coming in, and I'm going to ask him point blank. You're not going to lose your job. That's how desperate they are. That's how desperate they are. That's like the guy that's going to lose his wife because he's treated her bad. And he tells her, honey, you better not go out with any other guy in this world because they all got gonorrhea. She don't want to be with him because she wants to be. He scared her. And that's what they've done to the proud people, especially below the hill in East St. Louis. Your uncle's aunt's sister's got a job. If you don't vote for us, you're going to lose that job. I don't want somebody to be around me. I don't want a girlfriend to be around me because she has to be around me. I want her to be around me because she wants to be around me. And if I do right by her, she'll always want to be around me. The same way with political leaders. If they do right, they'll never have to worry about getting elected. But when Kern spends over $500,000 for a $90,000 job, the man's never had a job in his life. Hey, we've got some callers, and I want to talk to this Mark. You guys heard me. I'm the only candidate that won't get any endorsements from anybody because the NRA, and we're going to talk about that momentarily, Right to Life, all these groups send every candidate for state office a questionnaire. Will you be for this? Will you be for that? Will you be against this? On every one of them, people, I'm not a hypocrite. I'm an ignorant, no good son of a bitch sometime, but I'm not a hypocrite. I put on every questionnaire. I cannot answer a question until I get elected, until my bosses tell me what to be for. You heard me yesterday. I'm all for gun rights. I think everybody should have 50 guns. I can't have one because I'm a felon. I guess I'm a dangerous guy. And I'm glad I don't have one because I'd probably be back in jail, if you know what I mean, and I think you do. But I think everybody has a right to a gun. Don't take our guns away. That's the American way of life. I personally support the NRA 1,000%. But if I go to Springfield and the majority of my people, after I poll them, aren't for gun rights, you know what I'm going to say? I'm 1,000% for gun rights. I personally believe in the Second Amendment. But I'm voting no. Not because I want to vote no. I'm voting no because my bosses told me to vote no. That's just like going to a job. When you get hired, you don't go in there and start working. When you get hired, your boss tells you you're going to do this, you're going to do that. You don't know what you're going to do on the job until the boss tells you what to do. I don't know what I'm going to do as a state representative until my bosses, the people of the 114th Legislative District, tell me what to do. We've got the caller. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Yeah, Bob?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hey, I was calling. I sent you a message on Facebook last night.
Yes, sir. And I appreciate that. But go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, well, when I seen the NRA's report card with giving you a D, that surprised me quite a bit, and based upon what you just said here. And I was wondering why you, let them give you a D on that survey when a lot of people that aren't familiar with you, like we are, might misconstrue that score.
You know what, Mark? And I agree with you, but let me tell you, I would rather lose this election. I'd rather lose a vote than be a hypocrite. I'm not going to pander to the NRA, and I'm supportive. You've heard me. Everybody knows I'm supportive of law enforcement. I love our military. I'm supportive of the NRA, but I'm not going to pander any group and disrespect the people of my district. Mark, you heard what I said. Do you not agree with me? How the hell can any candidate get a real endorsement whenever they ask, what will I be for? If you're in my district, Mark, and I get elected, I have to do what you tell me to do. Am I missing out on this, or should I go up there when the people of my district elect me and do what I want to do and not what they want me to do? Am I missing out on something?
No, I agree with you. I was afraid that some of the voting public might misconstrue that score if they look at that and don't understand that concept.
You know, Mark, I agree with you, but there again, I hope the people understand, the people that know me. I hear my opposition got a question mark, which means that she was kind of vague about her answer. I'm not vague about my answer. I'm all for gun rights. I will tell all of you, but I'll also tell the people in the 114th Legislative District, if the majority of my people in my district who send me to Springfield, not to represent me, Bob Romanik, but to represent the people of the 114th Legislative District, if they tell me they're not for it, then I'm voting against it. Now, that's going to piss the NRA off, but see, the NRA's not sending me to Springfield. The Right to Life's not sending me to Springfield. The people in my district. And how novel is that when a political person, an elected person, doesn't do what's right for him, doesn't do what's right for his political party, but does what's right for the people, his bosses, that send him to Springfield. Am I wrong, Mark? Yes or no, buddy?
No, I agree. I agree with your concept, and with the thought process everyone in our district has, I think that you'll back up the same gun rights that everybody hopes for, and that'll take place in Springfield, and everything will be great.
You know what, Mark? I agree with you. I think the people in my district are all for the Second Amendment. I think they all support law enforcement. There's a lot of great people in the 114th Legislative District. But again, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. This election doesn't mean that much to me that I got to sell what little soul I got left. I could sit there and say, the NRA, now my people in my district, think about it. They would have never known how I answered that questionnaire, right or wrong.
Right.
And NRA would have come out and said, we give Romanik an A. We're for Bob Romanik. And then my constituents said, oh, the NRA. But I got that endorsement by lying to them, and I'm not going to lie to them. And I think if the people in my district understand that, they'll think it's refreshing. I'm going to vote the way they want me to vote, unless they want me to vote to kill myself. And I may even vote that way. I'll be that good of an employee. But I have to tell you, Mark, I'm happy with that D. I should have got an F. Because I don't want anybody's endorsement. But the people that send me to Springfield, those are the people I want to make happy. Now, it's nice if the NRA actually listen to my show. They know my sentiments. But they ought to know they're great people, the NRA, the National Rifle Association. They're great people, and I believe in the Second Amendment. But I think they got to understand and respect me for saying, I'm not going to pander and lie to NRA. I'll personally, if the vote comes on the table for me personally in some kind of ballot, I'll vote for our Second Amendment because I'm a strong believer. But if I'm on the floor of the House in Springfield and the majority of my constituents want me to vote another way, I will say from the floor, as I said, I'm a staunch believer in the Second Amendment. I believe in the NRA. I'm all for gun rights, but the people in my district want me to vote against it. My bosses told me to go to get hamburgers at McDonald's, not at Wendy's. Now, I hate McDonald's, but you know where I'm getting the hamburgers from? I'm getting them from McDonald's because that's where my bosses told me to go. Mark, thank you very much for your concern, and I hope that people understand my philosophy, my mentality. And if you don't understand it, I understand you. You don't have to vote for me. My life's not going to be changed. But people, let me tell you, you know I'm a crazy son of a bitch, but your life will be changed. I'm going to go to Springfield and upset the apple cart. I'm going to go to Springfield, and guess what? If I get you nothing, it's more than you've got before. At least we'll take pride in fighting. The fight is usually, people, if not always, more important than the victory. My opponent, probably a nice lady. She's going to go up and bobblehead for Madigan. I'm not going to bobblehead for anybody, Democrat or Republican, but I will work hard. I will work hard for the people of the 114th Legislative District. People, I am not running for political office to make $1. I'm running for political office to make a positive difference in your life, your family's life, in me and my family's lives. I'm not going to take a salary. It's not a job for me. It's an honor. It will be an honor to represent the people of the 114th Legislative District. And if you think you're going to get a regular candidate, a regular state representative, you think you're going to get somebody conventional, don't vote for me. Because that conventional politics, that political correctness, you see where it's got us, people. It's got us in the gutter. And I may lose in the end, but I'll tell you what. I'm going to fight all the way till the end. I'm going to fight for you people. I'm going to fight for what's right. And if the people don't want me, put my opponent in and let Madigan have another vote out of the Metro East. Let Madigan take everything to Chicago. But I promise you, if I get elected, we'll either get our fair share. You know, it's like going into a grocery store. If they don't let me have one of the samples of the soda they're giving that's sitting at the table, and I rightfully deserve it, I'm going to knock over the whole table. So guess what? Here's the analogy, and it's kind of crass. My opponent, $20 million house, beautiful swimming pool. I should get to go in there because I helped design it. They won't let me in. So at night, they spent $100,000 on that pool. Took them 6 months to build it, having a good time. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go in there at night. I'm going to sneak in, and I'm going to take a crap in that pool. And guess what? Nobody, you hear me? Nobody's going to swim in it. And that's what I say about Chicago politics. There's more to the state of Illinois than the city of Chicago. I'm going to make sure that the Metro East, Southern Illinois, is going to be recognized one way or the other. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical radio, if you hadn't noticed. And we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, your guardian of the First Amendment and also the Second Amendment, America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. We're going to take care of our housekeeping momentarily. I got Ryan Stuckey, candidate for County Board, District 17. I remember his father, Rocky Stuckey. What a great man. What a great public servant. He was an elected official, never a politician. He worked. I was a Democrat at that time. I had Democratic leanings. And there was something wrong. And Rocky Stuckey, as a Republican, said, "Hey, Bob, we'll take care of that, and we'll correct it because it's wrong." It was a county situation. He didn't ask if I was a Democrat or Republican. He knew that I was a citizen of St. Clair County. and he took care of it. So I want to salute him. What a great man he was. And his son, if his son, and his son's half the man that his dad was, and he's probably as much of a man, Ryan Stuckey will be a great public servant for the people of St. Clair County. He'll be with us momentarily. Hopefully Roger Cook will be stopping by. I want to talk. Oh, we got a caller. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Yeah, hi. It's funny that you're talking about this, the being a politician and a public servant and the difference between it. And I'd like to point out where that I actually saw that. Last night I attended the Caseyville board meeting, and they were going to vote on a $500 payment to the school to buy kids shirts, because there's a lot of kids that can't afford that. And the public servant mayor, Black, said, why are we having the taxpayers pay this? Let's just donate this from our pockets. And the mayor talked to the people, and I think it was the clerk who said, is $50 enough, and who do I pay? But because of Mayor Black, the taxpayers were saved $500, and it was a donation coming out of the pockets of the politicians that were in front of us on the board. I thought that was fantastic, and it needed to be pointed out. And Mayor Black, from what I've seen, is a heck of a mayor, and Caseyville did well in electing him.
Thank you very much, sir. And I put a disclaimer out. Mayor Black is my friend. Mayor Black's fought for the good people of Caseyville, and I want to salute him. See, people, these politicians, not Mayor Black, who's a public servant, they can take money out of their pocket. Kern could take money out of his pocket to help us feed the hungry. I'll match it. He won't do it. But Mayor Black, we want to salute you for being a public servant for the good people of Caseyville, Illinois. And they tell me that this John Buckley made a complete ass of himself last night, this no-good, ignorant, stupid son of a bitch. He wants the taxpayers to pay. Hey, you cheap son of a bitch. You cheap son of a bitch. Spend some of your money. And if you're that cheap, don't go to the Roadhouse. What's the name of that place? I guess the Roadhouse is. Roadhouse Steakhouse, or don't go to one of those big, expensive steakhouses. Give your wife, Buckley, give your wife a gift certificate for Bob's Diner. It's a $5.95 Bob Buffet, all you can eat. Buckley, if you know what I mean, and I think you do, you rotten bastard. See, he's a sleazy, greasy politician, people. And maybe I say some crap that's crass, but I don't say anything that outweighs the bad that these politicians do. Do you want me to call you no good son of a bitch, or do you want me to come over and steal $1 million? No, you'll take me calling you no good son of a bitch. But these politicians, they want to take and take and take. Buckley wants the taxpayers to pay. What an egregious, ignorant, stupid, rotten bastard you are, John Buckley from Caseyville, Illinois. I don't want to waste any more time on you. That's like cussing out a piece of crap after you crapped in the toilet. It don't do no good. You're talking to a piece of crap, if you know what I mean. And I think you do. And let me tell you, people, again, you're not going to get a conventional candidate in Bob Romanik. You're not going to get a conventional elected official. And if you don't want me, don't vote for me. But you see what you've been getting with these nice guys. You see what you're getting with the guys in the suits and ties that go to church on Sunday. They go up there and steal from you, diddle with the young boys in the bathroom. They do all the crazy crap. Now, I act nuts, but I promise you, I will fight for you good people. I will fight till the end and further. Well, maybe not further, but till the end. Think about it, people. You've got a chance. You've got a chance to make a difference November the 8th. Let me tell you, I got a little heat yesterday. Bob, you shouldn't have said shoot one between the eyes. I got to tell you, I probably personally would. You see, they're shutting down the highways last night, and you get these asswipes, both black and white. They're not protesters. They're thugs. They're rioters. They're criminals. They shut down the highway last night, the federal highway. Why don't the federal authorities throw every one of them son of a bitches in jail? These thugs have got our law enforcement, our authorities afraid. And you know why the law enforcement and authorities are afraid? Because we the good people, the silent majority, won't get behind our police departments, won't get behind our authority figures. We sit there and take this crap. You see them kicking the hell out of police cars. I tell you, one bite between the eyes, and them son of a bitches just scatter and scatter and scattered. 15 cents. 15 cents. You know how much money? Every time there's a riot, not only through the insurance companies that have to pay that our rates go up, What about all the police? There was probably 400 police officers in Charlotte. You know the taxpayers' cost? You taxpayers ought to get pissed. We all ought to stand up. The good people stand up. Let's get behind our law enforcement. They stop the highways. They go and loot. What does looting have to do with the guy getting shot with the gun? And see if God come down and said, I saw that guy with the gun. These criminal protesters, both black and white, these criminals, these idiots would say, no, God, you're wrong. It was a book. Hell, they're going to say whatever they want to say. That's why we have a judicial system. If there's a bad police officer and it's a bad shoot, let's let our judicial system take care of it. Not going to have rioting in the streets. And people, if we don't stop this now, that train's going to get going so fast that it's never going to be stopped. If we got to have martial law in a situation like that, let's have martial law. I'm not for the government being involved in any of our business. But sometime drastic things take drastic measures. And it's come to the point, you heard me, the terrorists are secondary. I'm more afraid of the destruction from within, from these ass-white bastards, protesters, my ass. They're criminals, they're thugs, they're looters. You saw it last night in North Carolina. This is not America, people. And then this no good, no count, good for nothing son of a bitch from the local nation of Islam. Islam, my ass. The nation of thugs, the nation of criminals. I don't give a damn if it's a black organization or a white organization. It's destructive to our democracy, our way of life in this great country. Stand up and say, well, we got to do this, we got to do that. No, you got to obey the law. I don't give a damn if you're black or white, what group you're from. Don't give a damn you're Democrat or Republican. This crap's out of hand, people. You saw it all night last night, burning part of the town down because they say, a man, I don't give a damn, black or white. Let's take that out of the equation because it doesn't make any difference to these thugs because before, in Ferguson, it was a white guy, white police officer, justifiably shooting a black thug. This was a black police officer justifiably shooting a black thug. These protesters don't give a damn. They're going to flip the script. They're going to do whatever they can do to create havoc in our great country. And we have to stop it. We have to get behind our law enforcement. We have to get behind our authority figures. If not, it's going to be bad. We might as well go into Ryan Stuckey. I'm going to put Ryan on the spot. And Ryan's a hell of a man. Ryan will give you his opinion. Ryan's a fighter. Ryan will fight the fight for the people in the 17th district of the St. Clair County Board. Ryan, I know it's not really local on your level, but let me get a little insight into your philosophy on all these rioting, and I think that will give your voters an insight to what kind of person you are.
Well, Bob, the most interesting thing, especially when we had the local issue with Ferguson, was that it wasn't the local residents that were tearing down their area. It was outsiders being brought in. I mean, I still remember driving by the QT right there on West Florissant that's now no longer. Well, I mean, you had the apartment complex that many of those citizens would walk over to that QT on a daily basis. They weren't going to tear down where they would go to every day. It was outsiders being brought in to get the spotlight that wanted to tear down the town.
Right. Okay, I just want to put you on the spot. I like that answer. You're running for county board. Ryan, your pop, and you heard me earlier, your pop, what a great guy. You're running for county board. The incumbent, I think, was so afraid of you, he decided not to run. And I'll tell you, good people in the 17th district, the Stuckey area, Ryan Stuckey will fight. He'll fight against Kern. And I think Ryan will be like me. If it's something that Kern has good for his district, the county, I think he'll be for it. Because Ryan Stuckey, you're not a politician. You are, like your father, a true public servant.
Exactly, Bob. I mean, we need to turn St. Clair County around. So again, depend upon the issues that are going to be coming forth for the county board, we need to do what's right for not only the district that you represent, but the county as a whole. So if there's a good idea, it's important for everybody to get behind it. The one issue currently on the county board is that not everybody on the county board has an open mind. So if everybody's in attendance, you normally have 22-7 vote or a 20-9 vote. But unfortunately, on the one side, mainly with the 20, they're not thinking about what's being proposed. It's just a rubber stamp.
Yeah. I'll ask you, Ryan, to the good people of the 17th District of St. Clair County, will you pledge the vote for the policy and not the party?
Very much so, Bob.
I hate it when they go down the line. These Democrats, especially from East St. Louis, who Kern has bragged about buying and paid for, I don't give a damn what it is. They're going to vote straight down the line, and I think that's the worst thing any political leader can do because, my guys are going to have good ideas. You hear me? If Rauner's got a good idea that's good for my district and my people say be for it, I'm going to be for it. If they say no, I'm running as a Republican, even though I'm an independent with some kind of leanings one way or the other. I'm going to vote against him. But most of those people, my opponent will go up there, whatever Madigan says, she's going to vote for. Why can't we have people instead of parties running this country?
Well, we can, Bob. But the big thing is that the voting bloc has to feel energized, which I definitely feel they are here in 2016 in St. Clair County, that we can make change by everyone going out to vote and, again, voting the person, not the party, Bob.
Yeah, well, the Republican organization, not the proud rank and file Republicans in St. Clair County, they got offended by that. We're not voting for you. You got to say you're Republican. No, I got to say I represent the people of my district. Roger Cook will represent everybody. After Roger Cook talked to Democrats, and they had a legitimate problem. You know what Roger told them? Roger said, hey, after the election, vote for me or not. I'm going to represent everybody in St. Clair County. How refreshing is that when you get a public servant like Roger Cook was as mayor and a public official throughout St. Clair County that he touched positively? Isn't it great to say, I don't give a damn who you voted for. You deserve the best treatment you can get. And me as a public servant, Roger Cook says, I'm going to do whatever's right. I don't give a damn if you vote for me. I'm going to do whatever's right. How refreshing is that, Ryan Stuckey? And I know you'll feel the same way with the people in your district.
No, I mean, when walking door to door in the district, you can't look at, whether they have an R behind their name or a D for them voting in a past primary. You have to talk to them and ask what their concerns are, and that you'll represent those concerns. And important to have an open mind and to bring a check and balance to the county board. Unfortunately, my new opponent for the county board cannot give that checks and balances because his sister is the assessor and his sister-in-law is a judge.
Oh, you're kidding me. A lot of inbreeding going up there in St. Clair County, isn't there? It's amazing. See, people don't understand the underbelly, Ryan. These guys got 12, 15 members of their family working for them. Down in East St. Louis School District, Alonzo Greenwood, my opponent's father. They've got 15 people, the Greenwoods, people in East St. Louis, listen to me, 15 of their family members on the payroll. And if his daughter, Alonzo's daughter, my opponent, gets elected, she'll go to Springfield. She'll give the power to her dad. Her dad will get the jobs from Madigan, and that'll make Greenwood that much stronger. Is that what you people want? You see the lack of leadership you have down in East St. Louis. You see the lack of opportunity. Do you want that again for you good people and your families in East St. Louis? Ryan, I'll give you the last word. What the hell are you going to do when you're elected? Are you going to help Roger Cook turn this county around so everyone will get a fair shake? Everyone will have a chance to do something. Everyone will have the opportunity to get a job like Roger said. He's going to take his office with the help of the county board, because he needs all you guys, to turn this county around and make the opportunity available, not for Democrats, not for Republicans, but for all the citizens of St. Clair County.
Exactly, Bob. On December 5th, when the new office holders would be sworn in for St. Clair County, that's when everybody has to start getting to work and to look to bring new focus as well as transparency to the people of St. Clair County to know where their tax dollars are going on a daily basis, as opposed to keeping it behind closed doors.
Ryan Stuckey, I know you're out in your district every day. You were out the last time you ran. And, you've ran before. You ran for the position I'm running for now. And, you hear our motto, the Abe Lincoln motto. He ran for Congress and lost, ran for vice president and lost, had a failing business and lost. But Abe Lincoln's no loser because persistence, it pays. And Ryan Stuckey, you are a persistent man. You're going to fight the fight. And when you go up to Belleville, I know you're going to make the people of the 17th District very proud. So best of luck. Keep up the good work. They couldn't get a better man for the job than Ryan Stuckey. Ryan, thank you for taking the time to come out and talk not to me, but to your potential constituents. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Bob.
Ryan Stuckey, County Board candidate, 17th District, the Stuckey area. Pop, what a great guy, Rocky Stuckey. I just had to say that. We're going to take a quick break. Roger Cook just walked in. I'm going to try to put him on the hot seat. Roger, a lot of times, don't agree with what I say. I think most of the time he agrees with what I say, but not how I say it. So I was going to say I'll try to clean up my act for Roger, but I can't. But Roger's on his way in, so we'll be back right after this break. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and you are, and we are, as always. I had a guy tell me, are you Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper? And I says, hey, I'm Bob Romanik. That do be me, Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper Radio. And we are proud, very, very proud, as always, to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. I want to put an apology out to the Gear Jammers East. They had their rally and cruise last night at Scooters in Freeburg. I had a beautiful lady, Mary Dumbacher, call me and say, Bob, it's going to be tonight. And I told her, I'm going to be there. I missed this great event last night because I'm a complete idiot. I am a complete idiot. I knew it was on Wednesday, but I put on my calendar Thursday, and I want to apologize to the good people of Freeburg because I would have loved to come out there. You know, we advertise for you. And I sincerely want to apologize to you guys at the Gear Jammers East, Russ Erlinger, and again, a special thanks to a beautiful lady, Mary Dombacher, because she called and said, Bob, they'd like to see you out there, and I would have loved to come out there. But she reminded me of the event, but she didn't remind me how stupid I am sometimes. So, Mary, I'm gonna blame you for that. And I also want to say hi to the great mayor of Freeburg, Mayor Seth Spicer, and his administration for the great service that all these guys give to the citizens of the beautiful village of Freeburg. Just remember, Freeburg, Illinois, the proud home of the mighty midgets. Also, they're going to have the Freeburg cook-off, chili cook-off, coming up Saturday, October the 8th. It's sponsored by the Freeburg Chamber of Commerce. And I talked with Mayor Spicer, and he would love to have every police and fire department from St. Clair County to come out and put an honor and make it a day of honor, not just a chili cook-off, a fall festival chili cook-off in Freeburg, but to honor our first responders. Mayor Spicer said he was 1,000% for that. I will sponsor every fire department, every police department in St. Clair County. I'll pay the entry fee, and I'll give you money to buy the ingredients for the chili. We'd like to have every first responder out of respect for our first responders, and I respect them to the utmost. Firemen, policemen, anybody puts their lives on the line for their citizens, I have nothing but total respect for. And out of that respect, I would like to pay all the expenses. I'd like to have 50 police and fire departments in Freeburg, and then we'll have a ceremony honoring the first responders like Mayor Spicer wanted to. So you guys call, if you would. Call Matt Trout. He's a village trustee. It's 618-410-8077. and say that you would like your fire department or police department to be involved. He'll put you on the list. I'll take care of the expenses. Let's have a great time in Freeburg, and let's be able to salute all you great first responders for all you do. You never get enough thank you, except from people like me who understand what a great job and what a dangerous job you're doing. With me, an ex-police officer did a great job for the city of Belleville. Hell, maybe if it was still a policeman, we wouldn't have all this crime. Our good friend, co-chairman of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, and also your candidate, the people's candidate for St. Clair County Board Chairman, Mr. Roger Cook. Roger, how the heck you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, Bob. I enjoyed listening to you and Ryan Stuckey on the way in.
No, you enjoyed listening to Ryan Stuckey. Don't be politically correct.
It's really refreshing because not only, as you said, we need to turn the county around, and we need some new board members that are going to represent the people
and work with you,
not a club.
Right. Roger, they tell me that you're hitting every door. The commitment that you've shown to the people of St. Clair County, you being out every day, sacrificing time away from your family, sacrificing your health, because, it gets out here, you meet people, shake people's hands, some people have the cold, but it's amazing, and you're really, I think you're making inroads. I think the people understand your commitment to bring St. Clair County out of this financial goal that they're in, out of this financial devastation that they're in, and I haven't talked to hardly anybody that I don't think is going to support you, not because you're running as a Republican, but because you're the best candidate. And I think it's going to be an over-resounding victory. But people, remember, don't say, hey, they may win, we're not going to vote. Every vote counts. It's going to be close enough. But I think at the end of the day, Roger, the people understand what you're about. They know about your past. And I think they all, Democrats and Republicans, know that you are the best candidate to lead St. Clair County out of this bad situation we're in.
Well, Bob, I think if I go back and look at my life and my past, the people that really, really know me, the people that grew up with me, were in high school with me, they know that I've always been a fighter. I've always stood up for what was right, and I've never walked away from a fight when I knew I was right, and this is one of those situations. When I ran for mayor of Belleville, I did so because I seen what was going on in a city that I loved, that I worked in as a cop, and I wanted to make a difference.
Yeah.
And no strings attached. Go in there, just like you and Ryan were talking about, making decisions based on what's best for we the people.
The policy,
and
not the
else.
party.
It's easy to govern when you do that, Bob.
Yeah. Roger, I know you spend day in and day out, and I appreciate, because I should be committed to an insane asylum, but for your commitment, you said you were going to go out, you're going to try to knock on every door. You've been all throughout the county. You explain your policies. You're transparent. You come on my show, not so much to endorse me and what I say and how I say it, but you told me, Bob, I will come on anytime I can because I'm going to be as transparent in the office as county board chairman as I am on the radio. I am not going to duck a question, and I know you're a hell of a man. I'm not going to be no comment, not available. Roger, I think you probably be the most available St. Clair County board chairman we've ever had. And I want to ask you, Roger, and I've said it on the air before you came in. I guarantee you, if you've got 12 years, if the people put you in office, you're fortunate enough to be elected, you're not going to have to spend in 12 years, you're not going to have to spend $500,000 on ads because you're going to be out with the people. The people are going to come to you because you're going to make them want to be for you. You're not going to make them want to have to be for you.
Well, Bob, it's weird. Some people like certain things in a campaign. It may be putting signs up. It may be walking door to door. My favorite part of this whole thing is to get out and meet the people and share what I know and what we can do and excite them and let them know how we can make a positive change, not only tax-wise, but eliminate waste, address Mid-America, address waste, address Mid-America Airport, and bring government back to we the people. This is our government. It's not a club's government, and we need to bring it back, and we can make great, great things happen all throughout this county.
Let's clear up one thing, Roger. We just got a couple more minutes. They're so desperate up in the county. Sprague and Kern, they're running around telling every county employee, you better keep us in office because Roger Cook And that if they get elected, they're going to fire everyone. And that's totally wrong, Roger, for them to have to intimidate and scare people. That's the only way. Intimidation, scaring, and stealing is the only way they've been in office. Will you pledge now on the air that if you're elected, if a person up there is doing his job, he'll be able to keep his job?
Bob, I was knocking on doors last Saturday, and an individual said, Roger, we know we need change. Everybody that works in that courthouse, it's a stressful environment. We're always under pressure. We've got to walk in a parade for somebody we don't want to walk in. We got to wear a hat. We got to wear a shirt. We got to buy tickets. We got to do all this stuff. And then if we say one bad word against what's going on, we're fired. And he said, Roger, what I'm telling you is that they're telling all of us, you're going to come here and fire all the workers. And I said, you got to be kidding me. Now, listen to this. As mayor of Belleville, there was a lot of rank and file people. I knew they did the jobs. They had the experience. They had the skills. They're not the problems. Those people that work up in the county for very modest wages, that do the work for we the people, have nothing to worry about. But let me tell you, I told him, let me tell you who needs to be concerned. If you're a political hack, you got a job, you don't do nothing, you just got a job, you hang out there and you go walking around the courthouse or the county building, and you're the ears and eyes for the machine, and the only reason you got a job is because you go out and get them votes, you better be concerned, because you will not be there.
Hey, Herbie, Hemorrhoid Simmons and Frank Bergman. Roger didn't say it, but I think he was talking about you guys. Herbie Simmons, $135,000 a year, has no qualifications whatsoever. Frank Bergman screwed everybody in Cahokia, and they give him a $100,000 a year job that he's not qualified for. Roger Cook has pledged to hire qualified people. Roger Cook has pledged to advertise. Roger, and I'm going to let you go, but that was your idea. What about advertising?
Well, let me tell you this, Bob. I will bring a very skilled administration with me. I will bring department heads that have skills, qualifications, and that will do the business of the people, and they will respect the rank and file workers, and it'll be an environment that these people have never seen working together.
Roger Cook, co-chairman of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, a patriotic movement to stop this culture of corruption in St. Clair County, and also your candidate, the people's candidate, Democrat, Republicans, men, women, black and white, your candidate for St. Clair County Board Chairman. You guys cannot make a better choice than Roger Cook. I guarantee you he'll fight for you like he did as the mayor of Belleville. He'll fight. Doesn't give a damn you're Democrat, Republican, as neither do I. We're going to fight for the people because it's not the political thing to do, but it's the right thing to do. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud to be the Patriot. We're out of time. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Remember, people, everybody hates politicians. Let's destroy these politicians. Let's put public servants. We have to have someone running this country. Let's don't let it be a drunk pilot on a nice, safe plane. Let's get someone qualified to fly that plane, that political plane. Let's get someone who's going to fly that plane to safety, who's going to make all of our families and all of our lives better. Roger Cook, the members of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, that's the movement, people, to make it better, not for Democrats, not for Republicans, men, women, black and white, but for Americans. So let's continue to unite together, united. We can win. We, the people, can win. Let's continue to expose these asswipe, no good for nothing, political, parasitical, perverted punks, these low-life, bottom-feeding, cockroach-sucking bastards that we call politicians. And when it's all said and done, let's destroy them. like they're destroying us, our families, our future generations. Let's destroy them once and for all. Politically, of course, right here on the dark side.
They're coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha. To the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time. And I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats. And they're coming to take me away, ha-ha.
Thank you.